Gato and Scroufy, two of my amazing regulars. Thanks for showing up, guys. How's it going? How's it going? I just launched Stream Focus, so your chats are not going to show up here. At least your first chats won't, but beauty, beauty, beauty. I'm doing great, Gato. How are you doing? Okay, everything's set up. That was actually really fast. I think it was like it's a new record for me, I think. How fast I set stream up. Okay, so let's go ahead and pray, get started, and we're going to start working on this video game again for today. Thank you, Jesus, again for another day of life, another day where I get to just develop this video game. Thank you so much for it. Lord, would you help me to work well today and to create work that is excellent and pleasing in your sight. Thank you so much for everyone that joins the stream today. Lord, would you please bless them and be with them today? It's in your name we pray. Amen. Okay, let's do this. Oh, Discord announcement. I didn't do that. Forgot about that. Here we go. How's everyone doing today? Dev streams. Now we're all set. Discord announcement is done. Streams running on purple, both reds, and TikTok. Stream focus is up. We're golden. Yeah, Gato, I'm doing good. How are you doing? This fine morning. Z-Dog, what's up? Okay, let's do this, guys. Here we go. Okay. So, at the end of last stream, we finished the first section of this level. You start here, this intersection, do the tutorial in the courts, and then fight in the alleyway, fight in the road, get the gas station area, construction intersection, go through this construction area, come back down. We finished this church area last stream, which turned out really, really nice. I really like it. And then police intersection, your first interaction with Rampage, the final boss, and then he runs off and you chase him. So now we are getting into the next section of the level where you have to, Rampage runs off here, and then you have to find some crystals in this area to power up your jetpack, which lets you fly to the very top of this building. And then that starts section 2 of the level where you're jumping rooftop to rooftop. And that is section 2. So now we just got to put in some tall buildings that we can jump to and from. And then background buildings, of course, too, because we don't just want empty sky back there. So I'm excited. Today should be a relatively easy day, but we will see. You never know what could happen. Z-Dog, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Good to see you in stream. Map is so cool. Thank you, Z-Dog. Okay. Well, I was also thinking today on stream, I might actually test the game on my phone. I tested the game on my phone a lot before I started building out the level, but now that we've actually built the level out, a large section of it, and we've got a lot of geometry in here, I really need to test the performance of this game on my phone. So I might do that on stream today. Actually, maybe I might just go ahead and do it now. I kind of want to do it now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it now before we move on to the next section where we put the buildings in. So I'm gonna test it on my phone. And this is a new phone, so I don't actually have the game on my phone, so I need to build it out there first. I'm gonna need a USB cable as well. Actually, no, I can just do Google Drive. I'll do it in Google Drive. That's what we'll do. Okay, so file, build profiles. I'm gonna build this game out. I gotta change the version to, let's go ahead and 2.0. 2.0. I think that's enough to build it. I may need to actually update the bundle version and all that. Version 2.0. We'll do 8. Since I'm just sending it to my phone, I don't need to put it up to the App Store for testing. Darth Bleckman, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. First time chat on Purple. Thanks for being here. just started stream, guys. Mr. Mark, how's it going? Thanks for joining again. So I've been on this map for a while. We're actually making a lot of really good progress. I finished this whole first section of the map pretty much in a week. And now I'm moving on to the second section of the map where we are jumping rooftop to rooftop. So we're just putting like tall buildings in here. But before I progress, I decided just like a few minutes ago, I'm going to actually test the game on my phone to make sure it's still performant. So I'm building that out right now. 2.08. I think that's enough for me to just build. This is going to be Tooland 2.0. And I'll just make it. Can I send an AAB or can I make it an APK? Don't remember. I'll just do AAB, see if I can build that. Enable sign application, please provide passwords. Okay. Where are the password sections? Before I started working on this game for the client, it was so much faster testing games on my phone because I could just build the APK file or the AAB and then send it to my phone via USB or Google Drive or something. And it was super fast, but now it's super slow because I've been using the Google Play Store testing thing, like where you can build it and then it will send it out to all the tester devices right away. And I did that because this is a game for a client and I want him to be able to test the game as well. So now when I build, I have to like do passwords and encryption and all that stuff. It's really frustrating. And I gotta go to this player settings. Where's the password section? And I have to reset it. It seems like every single time I build, which is really annoying. It doesn't just save my stuff. Key store manager, and it keeps going over there. I want you guys to see all this stuff. Password, select, browse. Stop going over there. Okay. Well, actually, I have it saved, I believe. Been last pets. Let's see. Tooland. Key store for Android. Tooland dev key value password for Android. I'm not sure which one it is. I have two in here for some reason. Copy. Okay, I'm gonna try that one. Boop. Boop. And now let's try to build it. Fingers crossed. Stop doing that. Tooland 2.0. Okay, save. Okay, good. I got the right password. Nice. Maybe I didn't. Nope. Failed. Build complete. The result of failed in 5 seconds. Oh, just namespace stuff. Well, that's easy enough to fix. Hotshot Biker, what's up? Google Stores UGG. You could use Firebase app distribution. They have like a client app client can have when the builds are being updated. How does that compare though to the Google Play Store as far as time? I'm a long-time follower, but it's hard to catch you doing game dev in Unity, but I'm lucky to. Ooh, dude, well that's awesome. I'm glad that you have followed along for so long, and I appreciate that you're on a stream right now. Okay, so I just got to remove this namespace. Sometimes Unity or the autocomplete in Visual Studio put in the namespaces that I don't necessarily need, and then when you build with unused namespaces, it gives you these errors, which is really annoying. So I just got to go through and delete these, save, and then it should build properly. Ren, how's it going? And the 1VR, how's it going? Yes, this is the game for mobile, XP Boost. A game I'm making for my client. It'll be on Android and iOS. Okay, that should be enough to build. Let's try to build again. Build. Boop. We're gonna test this out on my phone real quick, just to make sure we're still performant. And then we'll start on with the second section of the level where we build all the tall buildings. Or not build, but place all the tall buildings. Rin, how's it going? Honestly though, it's not going to be the best test of performance because this is a new phone and it's a Galaxy S25, I believe, 24. So it's very new. I do have a phone that I got specifically for this game. Or client got, it was an expense that client paid for, but got this phone specifically for testing, and it's dead because I haven't used it in a while. But I got this only for testing games, and it's an older phone purposefully so that we can make sure that this game works not just on high-end devices, but also on low-end devices as well. So I might actually test on this phone as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge that. Go get my charger real quick, be right back. Okay, that's charging. Only 3 viewers? Yeah, we usually don't get very many viewers on TikTok on these live game dev streams. Hopefully we will soon though. I've told a few of you guys who were on my stream the past few days. But I've been a little bit, not frustrated is not the right word, that's a little strong, but what is this? Your release app build is bigger than 150 megabytes. Do you want to compute? You can turn off this warning or adjust threshold value. Oh, so since I added the city pack, I bet that added a lot of size to the game. We won't... Wait, can I just cancel? Please happen. Okay, still built it. Good. Yeah, so when the level's actually done, I'm gonna go through and delete all of the city pack that we're not using in the games, and that will save us space too. So I'm not too worried about the space thing. Oh, and it's only just barely past 150 megabytes. Oh, that's a non-issue. Look at this. So, can you guys see this? Nope, that doesn't help. So this is the most recent one, and it's 100 and no wait. No, this one is 1.6. Yeah, 110 megabytes, and this is 154. So we added that massive city pack and added 50 megabyte or 40 megabytes. So yeah, that's no big deal. I thought it was gonna be like almost a gigabyte, but it's okay. It's not. So now all I gotta do is send that to my phone. So I'm gonna use Google Drive for that. Now I have a different process for sending this to my phones when I actually go through the Google Play Store to send to my client and stuff, but I just want to test myself real quick, and it's a lot faster doing it this way. So I'm gonna go to my Google Drive. Drag that up there. Then I can get my phone and then just download it. Gato, what looks bad? Then everything is okay. What? Isaiah, what's up? This is a side-scroller fighting game, like the old, sort of like the old retro games like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. How long have I been doing this for? Been doing this game or been doing game dev altogether? And since you don't need to do the workflow Google do, particularly you don't need to build and sign an AABB. Everybody's just upload an APK. Really? Well, that's very attractive. I like that. It'll be on Android and iOS. Okay, Google. Sorry, so the beginning of the stream, I'm sorry, it's kind of boring right now because I'm building the game real quick to test it out on my phone before we move on. I just wanted to, because we finished this whole section, just real quick recap. We finished this whole first section of the level, and I want to test it on my phone before I progress onto the next city section, which we'll get to in 5 minutes, 10 minutes after I test real quick. Google Drive. Oh, wrong drive. Video game. Boom. Download. This is how your client will see it? What do you mean, Darth? I've been trying to find different games to play. When it's finished, I'm definitely... Oh, awesome. Love it. I'm sure my client would love to hear that. Okay, downloaded now. To do stuff on... I wish I could show you my phone. I don't know how I feel about that because we've got personal and family stuff on here. I wish I could just show it to you guys, but I'm gonna... So I'm sorry that this part of the stream is kind of boring. You're just watching me do stuff that you can't actually see what I'm doing. So I apologize for that. I promise it'll get a little bit more interesting once I start building out the level in a second. So I gotta go to files, internal storage, download, Tooland. I might not be able to install it until I turn on developer settings. That's usually what you have to do on Android devices to play downloaded games like that. Forget how to go into developer settings on Android. It's something like you go to About Phone and then you like double tap something like 10 times. Developer mode, Android. Settings, About Phone, find the build number and tap it 7 times. About Phone, build number, okay. About Phone, build number. Let's see, build number. Let's see, model name. Well, where is it? Build number. There we go. Boom. Okay, then pin number. Okay, we're in. Allow development settings. Okay, done. Developer mode is on. Now let's try to install that. Files. It's not just letting me install it. Maybe because it's an AAB. Did I build any APKs? I did. That's why it was easier on my phone. I just need to build an APK file. Let me do that. Where's it? No. File, build. Instead of the AAB app bundle, we're gonna do can I do APK? I don't understand. Oh, I see. Don't build app bundle. Just build. There's our APK. Okay. So I need to build 2.0. 2.0. Save. Okay. That should build faster too. And go back to drive. Delete the AAB. I'll be back. I'm gonna go do something real quick. No worries. See you soon. That has all the screens that shows how the app looks on his side. What do you mean by that, Darth? Are you saying that's what Firebase does? Is it shows you what your client sees? Confused. Okay, now this should work. Okay, Google Drive, Toolin video game, it's up. And it's smaller too, it's 121 megabytes. Download. The article shows 3 extreme rules. What's up? Or did you post a link? Paste a link? No, I don't see any link. Okay. Okay, I've got the game on my phone. Now I just got to go to File. Files. APK. Open with package installer. For your security, your phone currently isn't allowed to install unknown apps for the source. You can change this in settings. Okay, settings. Allow permission. Update. Boom. App not installed as package conflicts with an existing package. Do I have Toolin on here already? Games. I do. Uninstall. Okay, let's try this again. Install. Okay, guys, moment of truth. If this game is not performant on a top of the line phone, then we're in trouble. App installed. Open. Here we go, guys. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's flawless. Guys, it's so smooth. I'm gonna show you this. Let me make it a little brighter first. It's gonna be hard to show you backwards, but okay. I'm guessing it's not focusing correctly, but it's flawless. There's no hiccups, no lag. I can actually turn FPS on too. Let me turn that on so I can see. Okay, yeah, I'm getting 120 FPS still in this game. This is super sick, dude. I wish you guys could see this. I could, anytime I move my camera, it cuts off. I don't know why. How can I do this? I did not go to school for coding, Gomt. This is all self-taught. Yes, hype. I love seeing those emotes, guys. It is really smooth. I wish I could show you without the focus like freaking out. Let me... Also, let me go full screen on this. Camera. Sort of. There, that's better. Okay, so we're on a Galaxy S25. We're hitting 120 FPS. For the record, it is extremely difficult to play a game backwards like this. But awesome. That makes me so happy that it's working. The real test will be if it works on this phone back here. So let me test that real quick. What do we get? Just subbed on YT. Thanks, Aiden. Means a lot. Can't wait for when the game releases. I know, me neither. It'll be my first published game. Yeah, self-taught. You use Skillshare to learn or just from YouTube? No, self-taught. This phone's got to turn on. I actually went to school for film and visual effects. I went through a film school in college. I was still self-taught, so my film school taught me like camera work and directing and script writing and stuff like that. Lighting and all that. They didn't teach us visual effects. I've been doing visual effects since I was like 14 years old because I made short films with my friends where we lived, and I wanted to learn how to put monsters and robots and stuff in, so I just self-taught and learned Blender. And then went to film school in college and continued to self-teach with VFX. And then started taking on some small contracts while I was still in college. I think I made like $1,000 for the entire year, my senior year. Of course, that's not enough to live off of. So graduated, then went and worked for a company doing video editing for like 7 months, all the while continuing to do freelance on the side. And then eventually my freelance with visual effects contracts eventually generated enough income for me to go full-time doing that. So then for the past 10 years, 11 years now, since 2015, I've been doing visual effects contracts for movies and TV shows and some commercials. And 5 years ago when I started this Pixelfire channel, I created Pixelfire, the blue avatar character, and I control him with my mouse and keyboard in Unity. And that's what got me started, sort of. There's a little bit more backstory there, but that's what got me started in game dev. And then I was able to start picking up some game dev contracts over the past few years. Because so much of the 3D stuff, principles and experience carries over from visual effects and 3D for movies and TV shows over into the game world. Okay, so I'm going to download the game here. I don't have Google Drive, I don't think, set up on this phone. So I have this phone just for testing the game. Oh, I do have the Tooland Comics dev drive here, so what I could do... I think I have Tooland Comics dev. I do, perfect. So okay, so this is gonna be a lot easier. I can just drag and drop into Tooland Comics development. Tooland... Stop. Into there. It's uploading there. So now we're gonna test it on this phone that is about half as good as a flagship phone. And what phone is this? I'm using to test the game on lower end devices. I say lower end. This isn't like super low end, but this is a Moto G Stylus 2023. So it's about 3 years old. Okay, there's the APK. Let's download it. But I will say I get like half the FPS on this phone as I do on my flagship phone. So I downloaded that file, and let's go into files. Sorry guys, I promise the stream will get a lot more interesting once I finish this test real quick and I actually get into building the game. Files. Downloads, that, install, settings, allow. Install, yes, I want to update. I'm guessing it's not going to let me for the same reason as it did on the other phone. Then I'll have to uninstall. You've been watching the stream since the VR bodysuit thing? Ooh, nice. You mean the game dev stream since we recorded the motion capture for that? Is that what you mean? Okay, that sound is so annoying. Yeah, there's some type of hitch happening here. So I'm gonna remove this. At first, uninstall Toolant. Install the APK one. Awesome, it was installed. Now let's open it. Here we go, moment of truth. I'm guessing we're gonna get like 48 FPS. The same as before, essentially. Feeling pretty smooth. Let me turn FPS on. Eek, 26, 27 FPS. Wait, is that because shadows again? I found that like my Galaxy phones, they can have soft shadows on easily, okay? But these like older Moto G phones, if I turn shadows off, then we get good FPS. Let me test this out real quick. We're at 40 FPS, 42, 41, 40. Which is okay, but I need to optimize a lot more. I would like to get this at 60. You can't quite tell the difference. Well, maybe you can. We'll see. Hey, thanks for the follow on purple. Means a lot. So this is running at 40 FPS. Probably still okay for a mobile game. Definitely wouldn't want to dip below 30, but I want to shoot for 60. I want low-end devices to run this game at 60. But 40 doesn't feel terrible. Like, it doesn't feel unplayable. It still feels playable. I would like to squeeze out some optimization for sure. But 42 does honestly not feel terrible. It's still playable for sure. I'll just have to make sure shadows are turned off. Which is fine. It still looks fine. The game looks good. Cool. And we'll have some settings in the phone as well. It's also very low batteries. It's at 13%. On some phones, they will throttle the performance of gaming if you have low battery. So that could be a thing too. But regardless, I'm gonna need to optimize some. Okay, we're done. Let me catch up on chat and then we're done testing. Let me catch up on chat and then I'll actually get into building out this level. Okay. Love the motivation. No worries. Showtime King here on the Pixelfire stream, building City for superhero game software and game development. I have a vision and prediction that he will. This game and expand is already well known basis. This is Pixelfire News by your host, formerly known as Juan Kings. What? Dude, Juan Kings, where have you been? What the heck, dude? It's been forever. Oh my gosh. Why'd you change your name? Dude, Juan Kings is a throwback. Now that's the name I've not heard in a long time. Okay, Obi-Wan is not that British. Now that's the name I've not heard in a long time. I guess the older one is. Hey, you're sick. Is it me or is there no sound? Storage is muted. Was it muted? Did I mute myself? I didn't mute. What? Dude, Juan Kings. Where have you been? Test. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's actually get into building this level. Dude, why did you change your name? And where have you been? You guys, let's do this. Here we go. Let's actually start building. Okay, so we finished the first section of this level, right? You're on the ground. Or in the metro area. Let's go down to the metro area. I just still love the metro area. It was like best decision ever. We need Batman here. I know. I'll do another VTuber stream sometime soon, but I've got to get this game done, guys. Been working on this game for far too long. I've put this off for far too long. Who knows what that's from? Had to rebrand for my own content, but I keep seeing you live. It's been like 5-6 years. Okay, you keep seeing me live, but you haven't been hopping in and saying hi. I'm disappointed in you, One Kings. JK. Thanks for hopping in and saying hi. It's good to see you again. I hope you've been well. Since 2019 Fortnite Customs, I know, right? Okay, so here's the level so far, and then we'll jump right into building out some more, okay? Here's the opening intersection. Tutorial. It's gonna happen in these courts area. Fight bad guys, fight bad guys, fight bad guys. Gas station area. You can collect some crystals back in here, destroy some cars, whatever. Get to this intersection, you can't go back here. The visual blocker for the player is it's under construction. You can go into this building. Up the stairs we go. Go up the stairs. Come down this elevator that we're still working out, but it works-ish. You come down here. Bus stop, church area, which we finished yesterday. Come in here, collect some more crystals. Fight bad guys. Get to this police intersection. And then Rampage, the final boss, breaks out of jail. You see him for the first time. He runs off, and then you have to collect some crystals. It energizes your jetpack, which lets you fly all the way up to here, and then you start jumping rooftop to rooftop. And that's what we're gonna be working on this stream. But I want to go back and show the metro, because there's an underground metro area that we built too. That's the exit, but I'm gonna go back all the way to the entrance. I think it's definitely my favorite area of the game so far, is this metro area. Why am I so short? Because I'm not sitting up straight, that's why. Also. There we go, okay. Metro, I passed it, here we go. Lego Spider-Man, guys, it's not a VTuber stream. This is an IRL game development stream. I do two things on the Pixelfire channel. I do the VTuber stuff, and I do game development real life. That's why I did the face reveal 2 years ago, so I can do this stuff. Here we go, the metro area, you go down here, boom, lighting changes, green, volumetrics, fog, flickering lights, train going by. Hey Petro, how's it going? Petrox, how's it going? Fight bad guys, you can jump in here if you want to, but you gotta time it right because you don't want to get hit. Jump in here, grab some crystals, hop back out. Boom, fight some bad guys, punch, punch, and then run out. Come out here. And then you're back here to the police intersection. Okay, that's the level so far. Now let's create this next section. Okay. We need to continue the theme of this city, which is as you get closer into the center of the city, the buildings get taller, right? So we started out here in the suburbs area. The buildings are progressively getting a little bit taller. We get to here, and now we're getting up to the tall, highest area. And then we get to the outskirts again to the city, down to the port area, which is the third and final section of the level. For now, we're working on section 2. All we got to do is bring in some buildings. I feel like this building is not, I mean, these are just stand-ins, but I don't think this is rotated correctly. It is. Okay, doesn't matter. We're getting rid of them anyway. Okay, let's bring some buildings in. Let's go to our asset pack. Prefabs, buildings. Let's go to, it's not commercial. Well, maybe some commercials actually. Pull this up. You guys can see it, right? Hope. Peterox, what's up? I've been making this game in Blender and Unity. Read Twitch chat. I did read Purple chat. What are you talking about, King? Mr. King? Okay. We don't want that building. We need tall buildings. Tall. So I don't think any of these commercial buildings actually. Yeah, none of those. I'm gonna do the factory stuff, but that's gonna be at the end of the city. Fire station. Nope. Nope. Possibly this hotel, as long as it's taller than this building. Let's see. It is. What is it snapping to? think it's snapping to the zoning objects. It is. I'm gonna turn zoning off. Okay, I'm also gonna turn canvas off. That's also getting in the way. Okay. I could use that hotel as well. I don't want to though. I'm gonna do hotel 3. It does need to be a 0.8, but I don't think I want that one. At least not yet. I want another building similar size to this one. So the player, as soon as they get up to the first building, they're like, I need to jump to the next one. And they can see that it's jumpable. Houses. No, not these houses. Oh, maybe that. House 5? Possibly. Yeah, needs to be a 0.8. Be a little small. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring in the biggest buildings, then we're gonna arrange them. Like none of, oh, I could do this building again. Potentially, we'll do it some coming up. That's a good one. I just want to go ahead and go straight to the commercial buildings. Office. This is what we want. I want offices. All the offices. Yep. Yep, just offices. Police, that we already have that. These are port stuff. And then we get into the skyscrapers. We don't have many of, we have 6 skyscrapers. I'm gonna go ahead and put the skyscrapers in the center over here, and then we're gonna work our way to them, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, this isn't super necessary to have floor down here. I'm gonna do it anyway, just so we have something to snap to. So let's go ahead and put some floors in. Okay. Now let's get all these skyscrapers in. That's the one we have back there. So I'll rearrange them in a second. Let me just drag them in first. 3. I love that building. That looks so good. 4. 5. That one's nice too. 6. Now I'm pretty sure I need to scale these to 0.8 like I've been doing for these other buildings, so that the scale matches for drip. But let's go ahead and fly up there and see how that feels. Let me go ahead and move drip over first to the intersection. Boop. Okay. Let's do this. Thanks for being here, guys, again, as always. I really appreciate the company, the interactions in chat. Makes this a lot more fun. Okay, we fly up here to the first building. Let's go check out these buildings, how they feel. Whoa, what was that? So far, it's fine. Oh, might be a little big. Yeah, I think it is a bit. It's big still because like those vents are massive. And the windows are big too. Yeah, so I am gonna make them all 0.8s. All these skyscrapers, 0.8. Boop. And that matches the rest of the game. Look at the little drip. Look, little drip. Whoop, he's like a little ant. Way up here. Okay, now let's organize these. So far, so good, actually, but I'm just gonna swap this one, put that one there, put that one there, that one there. That feels good. Actually, maybe this one should swap with that one. Yep, I think that should swap. Yep, and I'm gonna duplicate this actually, use it again in between there. Yep, that feels good. Definitely need some more buildings that are smaller. I also we need to figure out like how many buildings do we really want to jump rooftop to rooftop for? Probably not a ton. Like maybe just like 5 or 6. I think I want to move this one over to the other side. Maybe? Do that. You script the Axis RAM modifier, so tired of manual placement after hundreds of games. Bone Circuit, are you a game developer? Dude, that's awesome. What do you do? Tell me about you. Tell me about yourself. Renz, how's it going? You're my territory now? What do you mean by that? Yeah, don't you do game dev for Facebook or something like that? Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? Okay, let's actually put these into position. Place of the placeholder buildings, and I'll turn those off. Might not use this one. We'll see. Okay. Let's turn these placeholders off. Doop, doop, doop. Or not that one, actually. Doop, doop, doop. Doop. Okay. Yeah, before we get into large city territory, we definitely need to add another small building here. Probably the office ones. Those looked really good. Once we make it a 0.8. Yep, that looks good. Let's turn that guy off. This one right in here. We do want to rotate it. Good. You're an environment artist? Dude, for what games? Please tell. Very old school dev desktop, then mobile, now back to desktop. Oh, cool. Old school dev. Like how old school? Wait, what's going on? Is something going on Facebook? That feels really good. That's a very good natural progression from this building to that one. Feels nice. That one is super high jump. or super high flight. Yeah, I'm not liking this guy. I'm not even sure it would be very nice to like land on and continue on. So I'm not gonna use this one at all to land on. I will use it back here for background stuff. Because we're gonna need to fill in the background as well. Okay. Let's see how that feels. Were there Facebook layoffs today? I did not see that. Like crazy amount? And was it within the games department or just like across the board? '80s onwards, wow. That is old school. Environment artist on Horizon Worlds. Dang, that's crazy. That's awesome. I feel so honored that you're on my stream. Oh, that feels really good. That feels good. That's a good distance. Feels good. I do want some... I do want some buildings that are essentially level with each other, so you just do a double jump to get across. Like a hop. I'm actually gonna do that on the first one, so then your watches can be like, yo Drip, we gotta jump to this next rooftop. You think you can make it? Oh yeah, I can do this easily. Jumps across. And then we get to the next building, it's like, this one's a little higher up. You're gonna need to use your jetpack. So let's find another office building. That one's probably too short. I think that one's 2. 3 will be good eventually. 4 might be it. Let me try 1. Nope. Way too small. 4. Yep, that'll be it probably once we do it. It might be too small. 0.8. That's too small. I could go down 1 and then back up, right? That wouldn't be bad. Probably do that. $1K, dang. Dude, that's crazy. And was it across the board? Or just games? I don't know what the makeup is over on Facebook. Like, how big is their games department? And is it only for VR stuff? Does Facebook do games that are not VR? Oh, no worries, Gato. Oh, Metaverse, gotcha. Yeah, not AI. Meta seems to have very much shifted gears from their metaverse phase. They had the metaverse phase the past, like, what, 5 years or so? 4 or 5 years? But now they're moving on. You're like, yeah, this isn't panning out as much as we were thinking it might. Literally, so much so that they changed their name. Crazy. I don't like the fall. I don't like the down. We're gonna use this building to be a little bit bigger. Can we get away with like a 0.9 without the windows feeling way too big? Not sure. Let me look for another building. What's this one? Way too big. 5. 5. I think that might be, maybe not. Nope. 6. Is that the same building? The 6. Yeah, this is 6. I could just use the same building. Maybe make it a different color. Could do that. 7. Too small. 8. I'm gonna use this building, I think, and just leave it at 1. Let's see how that feels. Horizon Worlds is cross-platform PC mobile VR. Really? Huh. I need to turn the canvas back on by default. Okay, first one. Shit, Rampage has escaped across the building. We gotta jump it. We gotta make a jump. Think you can make it? Yeah, I can make it. Can't see it very well, it being white. Double jump. Oh, I made it. I made it. Okay, think you can make this one? Think you're gonna have to fly for this one, Drip? Pull your jet back out. Oh, we made it. We're good. Oh, those buildings are intersecting. Yeah, I don't like the white color, but I think the window sizes are fine. It's not like blatantly bad or anything. Let's see, we've also got 9. Have we tried that one out? Too short. 10, too short. 11, too short. We've got parking police, the port stuff I'm not going to use yet, and then the skyscrapers. University. I like this university so much more than the school that we used at the beginning. The school made sense though, right? Because it's right next to these courts out in the suburbs. Not really much to like jump around in on this without the camera like getting messed up a lot at the university, so probably won't use that. Also tempted. To just reuse this building. Would that be terrible? That wouldn't be terrible, right? Would it be okay? I'm gonna do that one. I'll just do this one. We'll go with this. Okay, so that's our first jump. And then we've got to go higher, which is going to be this building. Let's move all of these over. And then a lot higher. Renz, have you ever made like your own game before, or worked on any of your own game dev, or do you just do game dev for Facebook, or are you not at all interested in making your own game? You're just like, it's work for you and you don't want to do it in your free time. Somehow we got to get a slightly larger building to bridge the gap. Pavlok, what's up? where you got those assets. This is from a city pack that I got off the Unity asset store. It matches the style of the game perfectly, and we got it to save my client, or to save us all, a ton of time and a ton of money. So this city pack is massive, and for this game, I probably would have only made like 10% of the assets that the pack came with. And so by using this city pack and not making all of it ourselves, we're saving hundreds of hours of time and thousands of dollars. So it was a no-brainer, and we'll get the game developed a lot faster. But yeah, there's so many packs like this on the Unity asset store. Or if you use a different game engine, you can use a different asset store. Or to be honest, a lot of them just carry over. A lot of them usually come with the FBX or the OBJ files, and you can just import those into whatever game engine you want to use. Okay, I need a building. I'm actually gonna pull out all these office buildings right now. Boop, right there. And then that guy. Actually, at first I'm going to scale them properly. 0.8. Ooh, they're all little. Really struggle with my game having a unique look. I'm now making models in Blender to hopefully make my game have a unique style. Yeah, that's super important. I mean, that's honestly the only trade-off for using a pack, is that you could be using assets that might end up in another game. This is a very relatively new pack, so I doubt it exists in any other games out there. Now that might change, but for the time being, and of course, I ran all this by my client too, and he approved it. He was fully on board with using this pack. So if you're working for a client, make sure they approve it first. But if it's for you, I mean, just do whatever you want. Ultimately, you just want to get a game out there, right? You don't need to make the perfect game. You just need to make a game. Just make a game, get it done, release it, and then make a new game and go slightly bigger, slightly better the next time. But if you've never released a game before, your primary goal starting off, you just want to make something and release it. Oh, there are some hotels that I think are pretty tall. Those look good, and I think they would look good at 0.8 as well. Or at 1, sorry. Don't like this hotel. This looks like those giant rounded windows. Looks like something out of Star Wars. I'm not using that. That one looks good. This one's way too small. Maybe that doesn't work at scale 1. I'm gonna do that, 0.85. Yep. I'll be right back, guys. The energy is back. Nice. So I'm guessing you mean the power. So like, where are you in the world, Gato? Yeah, back to what you were saying, Pavlok. Ultimately, it's up to you. Yeah, if you want to Brazil, okay, cool. yeah, make your own assets or use a pack. But ultimately, I would just say, just get the game done. Get it out there. You can always swap out your assets later. Feels good, a natural progression. Oh my. Seven stream streak, that is sick. Chaotic Grease. I need to do some more stuff with channel points on the stream. They'll be coming soon. Oh, I started a thought a little earlier in the stream and I forgot to finish it. So someone mentioned how, what, there's only 3 viewers on TikTok? And I started to say how, yes, so typically when we do the VTuber streams, we'll usually get like hundreds or thousands of viewers on TikTok. But when I do these IRL game dev streams, we get like 5 or 6 as we have now. And I get it. There's more entertainment value in the VTuber streams. They're more fun, they're more energetic, they're fast paced. And there's lots of stuff going on. There's chat interactions, there's chat triggers that change the skins. These IRL game dev streams are more, they're laid back, they're casual, they're relaxed. Totally get it. This is where I didn't finish the thought before. So that whole like disparity between the two has been something that I've really wanted to try to fix somehow. Like I still want to do these real life streams where you see my face, right? And I don't have to be in the mocap suit for a few hours burning up inside it, right? So I have actually started working on something, okay? I'm not gonna give any more details again. I mentioned this a few streams ago, but I started working on something and it's going to make these streams a lot more fun and entertaining, okay? I'm super, super pumped about it. It's gonna be really cool, but I don't want to say too much. But I'm very excited about it. But yeah, Mr. Mark just put in some flicker emotes that may or may not have something to do with it. But that's all I'll say. Okay, I'm done. I've said too much already. Time to keep building up points for real. Yes, and that will come into play too. The channel points will come into play with what I've started working on. You know, dudes from school suggest ideas like, why don't you make an online game? Good idea, but they think I just click a button and multiplayer's done and that. Oh yeah. You mean online game? Do you mean an online game like multiplayer? Like you can play with each other? Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. Okay, so we've got the first jump. It's an easy down one, and then you have to actually fly up to the next one, and then fly up again to that and to that. They're super close to each other. Then you've got to do... Let's get rid of this one. Don't need it. 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 Let's use this guy. Slightly bigger. And that will help us bridge the gap up to the... We're slowly getting further right. actually gonna bring that out some. Yep. Actually, I'll have this next to it, but you see that you have to fly up to it. And then we can go all the way up to this guy. And then to this guy. And then to this guy. And to this guy. So they're a little close together, I think. And this guy, and then we start scaling back down to get back to the other side of the city. Get rid of these placeholders. Making progress, guys, making progress. Looking good. Hey, thanks for the follow. It means a lot, Pavlok. Oh, I missed a message. Bone Circuit helps to get an artist to make you a set of primitive shapes, or as a coder, write a set with different UVs. Oh, I missed a bunch of your message. I'm sorry. Working on a skateboard sandbox game. That's fun. Just finished the technical spike for levels. Doing board mechanics now, leveraging vehicle rigid body as a replacement. Are you using Godot for the whole game? Yeah, rigid body for a skate game. That sounds very complicated to get it to work. Because I know they were not using like physics and stuff in like the old Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Oh no, Gato, that's the worst. Okay, let's see how this feels in the game. I have a feeling, plus this canvas is massive. I'm gonna make this smaller. Let me just do this. Free aspect, there we go. I feel like it's gonna be way too many buildings that you're jumping. Because we don't want to make the level too long. So you run up here, first chase him up here, up to here. Gotta make this jump, Drip. You think you can make it? Oh yeah, I can make it, totally. Dip across. Okay, this is a big one. Think we can fly up there, Drip? Yep, I got it. Now you can, yep, you can run around, or you can just jump. I like the hotel sign, don't like the door. I'll probably remove that or work on it some. Jump. Fight, fight, fight. Jump. This feels really big. It's because it is big, I scaled it up too high. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? The buildings do not have to touch the ground. Because we're never, if you fall here, you die, okay? So I need to, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. This is one of those things where the player will never see this, and stuff like this exists in games all the time, okay? So all we have to do, wait, are these 0.8s? 0.8, 0.8, 0.8. I didn't even get up this high. Yeah, so like this one is a 1.35. So I'm gonna bring this back to 0.8 where it should be. And then all I'm gonna do is just do this. Put it at the height that I want the building to be. So now it's at the correct scale. It just doesn't reach the bottom. And it's fine because the player will never even be able to go down here. Boom, that is a big brain move right there. Because I care so much about the scale of things. But we don't need to care about whether it touches the ground or not. So even this one, I'm gonna make a 0.8. And that one, this is normal. So boot this one, bring up to the height. Now we can just make these whatever height I want them to be. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, so you jump across the first one. It's just a little, I'm gonna do like the same height, pretty much. There. So you need to make sure they're all lined up-ish. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Good. I just need to fix it. It looks so silly when you see it from here. These buildings just floating, but you're never gonna know it in the game. For real, guys. Big brain move. Client is paying for license to use the tooling for 2 years. Develop and crush bugs without worrying if it will pay the bills. So that's good. This needs to be a little closer, I feel like. The height actually works there, so I'm good with that. This hotel can be a little higher. This guy, yep, needs to be like right there. This guy needs to be higher. And now what's cool about this method is that I can use a bunch of the buildings that we went through, but we couldn't use them because they weren't tall enough. So I'm actually gonna go in and grab one more building that we haven't used yet and just use it. Just find one we like the look of and then just have it float in the sky. I like this hospital actually a lot. But I'm not gonna use it. I love this. Oh wait, is that the hotel we're already using? I think it is. No, that's the hotel we're using. If it's a 0.8, you probably wouldn't see it. I'm not gonna use that. Flying floating buildings in the game in general sounds like an interesting concept. That would be cool. Like imagine an open world game where you're just running around the city and for whatever reason, buildings will just randomly start floating up in the air and then coming back down. And you could be just running around along the ground and then all of a sudden a building is just descending back to the ground and you didn't know that you were in the spot of where a building usually sits. And so then you look, be like, oh, I'm under a building. You gotta get out really quick. It's a cool concept. Someone run with it. Go. Okay, house. Meh. Actually, I do really like the house idea stuff. Still don't like those ones. Love that. Love that. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the house stuff on the other side of the city when we're going back down. Because we need to convey the fact that we're getting back into suburbs, but on the flip side of the city. Obviously, that's too tall. We want to use these a little further down. I'm also wondering if we should even have this many buildings. I'm going to run through this again with drip and see how it feels with this being able to jump to this many buildings, because it might be too much. Let's test it out. It is crazy to me that we have a pretty even spread of viewers across all 3 platforms. Okay, so we fly up here. Boop. Good scale, good scale. We gotta jump our first one. Barely made it. Might make that one a little lower. Fly to that one. Cool. Fly to this guy. Can't quite see that building. Probably should bring it a little closer. Fly. Fight bad guys. Shoot. I have this bug in the game where if you jump once and then fall, you can't activate your jetpack unless you do a double jump. So if you miss that double jump window, then out of luck. I might not use this building, actually. It's not very good to... Oh, I can use the top of it there. Just shrink it down some. Not fond of that building. I'm gonna get rid of that yellow one. Oh, great. Okay. So get rid of the yellow one, just use it for background. I like this one. The backdrop is going to be city, so I'm going to use a lot of these buildings to make the backdrop. So it was this yellow building. Is that the same building? Skyscraper 6 and 6 it is. So I'm going to get rid of that one. What was the one that I didn't like? I really liked this one. I didn't like this one, so I'm honestly just not even going to use that to jump to. I'm gonna use it as a background. And I felt like there were just too much jumping going on, so that feels good there. Might even still be too much. I think this one a little lower. Needs to be closer. I'm really not liking. I'm liking going rooftop to rooftop, but it should be rooftops like this, like flat ones. I'm not liking the skyscraper stuff. I think I just need to save all the tallest buildings for the backdrop. Like I could obviously reuse it. I could use the skyscrapers to jump to, and then also put them in background. But I think. This one, I just don't even think I'm gonna use it. And I need the whole jumping section to be shorter, I feel like. So like I'll use this one. We'll do that. I just really don't want this section to be too long. Even this one, I don't think I'm gonna use it either. Let's just make this one a little shorter, cheat it shorter. And then this one, cheat it shorter. And then start working our way down again. It feels too consistent upwards, so we need to fix that somehow. Maybe make that one actually lower. And these two like that. That feels better. We can also go ahead and start decking out the foreground, or sorry, the background. Nice. See how that feels. Upwards each level. Start with street. 3-level homes. Upwards skyscrapers are for bosses. There's only one final boss at the very end. No worries. Bones start at 4:30 a.m. Are you in Australia? Dude, that's cool. Well, thanks for joining while you could. Appreciate you being here. That's so cool back there, the parallax of the buildings. The tall buildings. Oh, I lost it again. Oh, that feels cool. Those buildings back there. It just makes you feel like, oh, the city's so big. I can explore anywhere. Oh, that's so cool, dude. Ugh. I love the parallax of the buildings back there. Ugh. It just adds so much. Need to put some more in, but it's feeling really good. I like this. And then we start going down, I believe, after that tower one. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. Let's take this guy. Actually, I'm gonna take this guy, duplicate him, bring him up. We want to use him too back here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're using all skyscrapers, it looks like. Let's put some tall buildings in the background down there. This guy. But rotate him for some variety. No. We can also lift buildings here too when we need to, because we're not gonna see those. I don't think we'll see them. Let's bring this a little closer. Let's do it right there. Yep, feeling good. Okay, I've used all the skyscrapers. We could probably... Are we using this one somewhere? I'm gonna reuse this one because I really like that one. Reuse it at the beginning. Put it further in the background, right there, feels good. What happened to my face cam? I think it's the cable. But again, it also might be the camera because I have always had problems with this webcam. Ever since I got it. Sorry guys, I'm still here just trying to get the camera to work again. And of course it always resets the exposure, so gotta do that. Okay. There we go, should be fixed. Let's stand up. Thanks for the sub, Torvax. Okay. I need one more building right in here. And that could be... this one, maybe. Not fond of that yellow, and I think I chose not to use that somewhere else down here too because I didn't like the yellow. I'm gonna reuse this one. Bring it up some, like that, so we see a natural progression. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe like that. Yep. And just turn it. Yeah. Okay, let's see how that feels. Okay. We're getting there. I need some stuff back in that area. Right in here. I'm thinking about, I think I'm going to shift the whole thing over. I'm going to get rid of this building. And then take... That is really good. That. Canvas is what I'm selecting. That. And move all of that over, but that as well. To like there. Yep, that's it. That feels a lot better. good. This guy's gonna come down. Nice. See how that feels. I need my buttons. Guys, if you're still here on the stream, let me know in chats. Drop in, say hi. It says we have 17 viewers. But no one's chatting, which I understand. That's fine. Just want to watch and relax and enjoy. Dude. Lightning Evo sent a $20 super chat. Just gonna drop this and go good luck on the game design. Dude, thank you so much, Lightning Evo. That is incredibly kind of you. I generally only get super chats and gifts and stuff when I do the VTuber streams. But you sent one on this IRL stream where people are just looking at my face. I really appreciate it. That means so much. Quintavia just subbed on YT. Thank you so much. Dude, you are way too kind, Lightning Evo. That's a ton of money. Thank you so much. You're super, super kind. This is feeling good, but it's too much. It's like too many jumps, I think. I think we still need to decrease the building count. I think we can do that by getting rid of the hotel. Let's get rid of Mr. Hotel. Use him. Here. Oh, maybe not. Put him in the background. We do need some more stuff back here still. Cool. And then these guys we can just bring over. You know what? I might even get rid of another one. Or no, just use it, but bring it down. So let's swap this with this one. There'll be a big flight, and then you go down, and then that's when we start coming down to the port area. My wife is making me lunch again. Such a sweetie. What's your name? Where are you from? What's up? My name is Zach, or Pixelfire. It's my gamer tag. I'm in the US. What's your name? Jossel Joseph 880. Where are you from? Best wife chaotic. Where did you get that emote from? I need that emote on my channel. Best wife. India Kerala. Oh, cool. Let's get another office building in here. Yeah, I need to use more of this one, I feel like. I wonder if we'll see the bottom of that. Heard about Kerala? I have not. I've not heard about Kerala. Don't want a cannon. Jump, 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 jump. Okay, I can't see the bottoms of any buildings so far. Yep, I see it back there, floating. Also, it doesn't really work there because the white blends with the building beside it. It would work, however, if I brought it right here. Yep, actually super close. There. See how that feels. Time is there? It is 12:52 p.m. India, what is it? Is it like, it's gotta be like midnight there, right? Aren't you like 12 hours ahead of here? Gosh, the canvas. I need to map spacebar to jump so I don't have to keep using the buttons. Hotel works great in the background there. I love that. Feeling good, feeling good. I think I want that white building to be a little taller. Right there. Yep, I like that. It's a little unintuitive because you're up here and you kind of want to go to that building back there. I need that last building to be a little bit closer. Yep. Do that. Guys, best wife ever. Chaotic, where's that emote? Leftover dinner from last night, which was an excellent one. Okay, we've got ham. All this is hot. Okay, ham, pineapples, potatoes, and carrots. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And it's a quiet meal too. No crunchy chips like the usual. Sorry guys, no crunchy ASMR with Pixel Fire today. 11:23 p.m. Okay. Great meal. Great meal. I gotta figure out what to do with the far backdrop. My 3-year-old apparently wanted to tell me a secret. So we came in here, he went. And he had to think of one because he didn't actually have a secret. He just wanted to come in here and say hi. So he came in, he's like, make sure your lights don't run out of batteries. And then he ran off. We also got sweet tea. Okay. Future electrician. Gotta figure out what to do with the far backdrop. Because I don't just want to keep putting buildings and buildings. because it's way too much unnecessary geometry. I could put some images back there, which is probably the way to go. Or we could fog up the place. See what that looks like. Probably gonna look terrible, but I want to try it just for fun. Let's find a good spot. Okay, let's turn fog on. You guys ready for this? This is either gonna look really good or really bad. Fog on. Oh, it's still green from the metro. Let's change the color. White. Density. Not bad. Fog off, fog on. Fog off, fog on. The problem is it doesn't, like, it makes the background more muted, which is good, I guess, but it doesn't fill in the gaps. We would have to make it like super. Oh, even then it's not adding fog to the skybox back there, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, I would have to add an image plane back there with a texture on it. Wait, are you the Lego guy? Yes, Grayson, I'm the Lego guy. Face reveal! Dun dun dun! No, I did face reveal like 2 years ago. This is just another type of stream I do, these IRL game development streams. I'm working on a game for a client right now. I think for now, we really just need more buildings. We'll worry about the backdrop later. Just one more building in that hole back there. Could I reuse any of these? Parking garage, could use that. Am I using number 4? No, we are not using that building, so I will use that. Bring it in right about there. Rotate it. Oh no, I forgot. I just don't like the yellow windows. It's not terrible far away though. Do the back side of it. Meh. I don't like the building. What's it going to be? Looks like Mortal Kombat with the buttons. Yes, so it is a side-scroller beat-em-up fighting game. Like the old retro games on Game Boy and arcades. Like Street Fighter or Ninja Turtle games, Power Ranger games, kind of like that. But of course, modern 3D style. Like that one. And I'm not using it yet. When? Might see the, yeah, we're gonna see the bottom of that. So I guess we can put it down there. I'm gonna use it over here to fill in that backdrop a little better. We jump up, we fly up here, and we don't quite yet have that background filled out yet. Plus, I don't think we're using that building there yet. I don't see it. Yeah, we don't. I can snag that one. Actually, I'm gonna bring it right there. That works. Since we see the top of that building, I'm going to need to move this up so that it's more like that, but that affects the bottom, unfortunately, so I'm going to need to change the scale of this a little bit. Just this one building to be, don't want to scale that direction, be by pivot, 0.85, 6, 7, 8, that works. Cool. Works. Yep, gorgeous. Move it over a little bit. There. Now when you see the top of the building, it won't like throw you off because it won't intersect. Okay, let's see how it feels now. This back area works fine. Yep. Looking good back there. I think I need to bring this building a little closer. Well, it needs to match the double jump. And if we need to, we can bring the camera back out. And I think we need to bring the camera out some anyway for the whole game. I feel like we're a little bit close. See that? Yeah, it's a good distance for the double jump. We might just need to bring the camera out a bit. Let's try it. Let's test that out. Kaysen, how's it going? Good to see you again. Camera, let's bring it out. Wrong camera. Nope, not that one. Okay, that's further out. Oh, missed it. And we're falling. Okay. Yeah, that feels good. Feels really good. This building still needs to be closer, I think. And then we go down. I like that building back there. That works. Okay. So this guy still needs to be closer. And then we need to start working our way back down. So we're going to move this a little further back. Okay, I need your ideas, guys. I need your ideas on this one. Okay. So the plan was to kind of make the city like kind of go up like a hill shape. Progressively higher buildings and then back down the other direction. And so far we're just hopping and flying rooftop to rooftop, getting on higher and higher buildings up until we get to the center of the city. And then to get to the port area, which is the final boss fight at the end, we progressively go down, 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 scaling down the buildings back down to ground level. But I'm wondering if there's a more creative way that we can get back down to ground level rather than just go stair-stepping buildings again. Like, what if we used a crane, maybe? We used a crane. Problem with the crane is it's kind of small. I could extend it. Could we do something fun with the crane? To where you have to ride down the cable or something like that. I don't know. But it has to make sense though, because like, why would you just not use your jetpack to slowly make your way down? You know what I mean? Like, could this actually be something, or or is this a bad idea? Construction site. We could reuse a construction site. Yeah, we could do that. Parachute or elevator down. Yeah, the elevator was what I was thinking, but just use a crane. Parachute doesn't really fit with the story or the lore. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna go around for now. Okay, so you get to this building. I'm not sure I like the idea of using the crane to go down here, but I do like the idea of having a crane in the city somewhere and it's constantly like turning. And so you kind of have to dodge it to jump from one building to the next. I like that idea. It's like pirate software, but you're actually good. Never thought I'd hear the day someone would compare me to pirate software. I say that because I haven't really watched them lately. Let me finish my food first. Back when Pirate Software was making his rise to fame, I watched so many of his clips, as did everyone, right? I never really watched his streams, but watched his clips. Was such a cool guy, okay? And then I stopped watching him. Not for anything because of him, just because I don't know, stopped seeing it, or I don't know, I just stopped watching his stuff. And then all the controversial stuff has been happening over the past year or so. And so, of which I'm not too privy to because I haven't been watching him in a while for different reasons. But yeah, I've been seeing the controversial stuff going around. So when I see you compare me to Pirate Software, I know you're not comparing, like you're saying, what you're saying is I'm better than Pirate Software, but like to me that feels like a really cool compliment, because back when I was watching Pirate Software, he was like this really cool streamer that was having this really big rise to fame with his game dev stuff. And so in my eyes still, it's like Pirate Software is this amazing guy, you know? But I'm not very privy to the modern controversial stuff that he's been going through. But with that said, I think that's a compliment. Thank you, Huntards. Oh, just join the Discord. Nice. What's up, D? How's it going? Good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do in this part of the level. Ziter and Giffed Uit. I don't know what that means. Is that German? Yeah, the end of this. Like, I want to just do a drop. Oh, I just had a really good idea. Okay, hear me out. And I'm actually pulling this idea from a game design idea that I had for a game that I still haven't made yet. I still would like to make it one day. But when you get to this building, you have to drop to the ground, but your jetpack only has a certain amount of juice, right? A certain amount of energy. So if you have to time it right to use your jetpack at the right time, right at the bottom on ground level. If you time it right, you'll land safely. If you don't time it right, you'll fall and take so much fall damage and you're out. It's a compliment, huh? But yeah, I had the same sentiment as you watching him. Yeah. Yeah, so what if? Let me go ahead and put drip up here. Player armature. Yeah, so what if you get here and the whole idea is you just got to go straight back down to ground level, but you've got to time your jump. So like if I do this and I just fall, then boom, it's over, it's out, squash, dead. Or if you time it right, good. Now, I didn't even do it right. We'll have to do something, like it's gonna be something that's not even built into your normal controls for the jetpack. It'll be one of those things like, what if we just switch the entire camera view? What if when you jump out, it's kind of like a skydive kind of thing? Or like Assassin's Creed, okay? When the character jumps off and dives into like a haystack or whatever. What if we did that? What if he jumps off the building, just at this part in the level, and then the camera goes to above him and it's looking at him go down. And when you get when you get really close to the ground, a button pops up on the UI on the screen and it says like tap to land or whatever. And when you tap it at the right time, it will ignite the jetpack and let you land safely. What do you guys think about that? It does add some extra scope to the game. I'll need to talk to my client about this one. I kind of want to play with the camera idea real quick. So let's play, pause, move the camera. Huntars, how'd you find my stuff? Is this your first time on a stream? Okay, we don't want that. Plus, I can't even change it. We want to move closer. Oh, not damping. Be here. Up. Be out a lot. Let's pull out some. Guys. Maybe you run and then you jump out and the camera goes with the crane there. Oh my gosh, that's sick. And you have to dive through and land on the ground, but like dodging the crane and stuff. Oh my gosh. I like that idea. Jump. Button pops up. Land. And then the camera goes back to normal. Side view. I wonder if that would be too jarring for this game, because your camera's kind of locked in this position the whole game, and then in that one spot the camera changes view. I'm not sure. Yes, Aod Han. This is a mobile game. It'll be on Android and iOS. That's why the collision feels so weird on the crane, because it's using a box collider. That is definitely not a good spot to put it. Needs to be needs to match the arm. Not the cables up there. Like you can go through that. It's totally fine. That works. That's much better. I need to copy that over to the other cranes as well. Copy component. Actually, I can just save that in the prefab. And that'll update the other prefabs. Yep, perfect. Nice. So you jump down here, have to dodge that crane. Need to fix that building not having a bottom. They could just duplicate it and move it down. That. We have some Z fighting, so let's move it a little bit like that. Yep. And then let's take our construction zones. Tallest one. Make it make sense. Did I put the construction zones at scale 1 or 0.8? 0.8, 0.8, okay. And I'm not sure that a crane would ever be on top of a building like this. It would probably just be at ground level. But I'm not sure. Maybe it would be. Not fond of that. Just do that. I'll just make the crane. Let's make the bottom of the crane longer in Blender. We had some crazy wind like that a few days ago here too. Mr. Cool says, hello. I thought you were like a Lego. Guys, those are the VTuber streams. This is the IRL game dev stream. Okay, so now we're moving back down, and I need to eventually work my way to the port area. And I want these buildings to go back into, not houses. We do need to get, let's start working on the port area actually a little bit, just so we can know what we're working towards. So I want this factory stuff for sure. Looks super, super cool. It's gonna be more like background type stuff. Love that, love that. Looks so good. actually gonna probably should make this a 0.8 as well. Well, let's see. I'm gonna test drip out on the factory stuff. Oh, that looks so good. Don't like that factory sign. It's kind of lame. So we'll get rid. Whoop. So we'll get rid of that eventually. Factory 3. Maybe not. Probably won't use that. Factory 4. Yes, I freaking love that. Like a lot. 5. Yes. 6. Wind turbine. Maybe. Not for now. 7. Yes. I'm gonna make all of these 0.8 for now and see if that feels like a good size. Let's go play in that area and see how it feels. Fire station, football, no. Gas station, no. We're done with all that. Hospital, nope. Hotel. We might could use that to get to this point. And then eventually we have the port stuff. This is going to, I don't know why that's there. Oh, we'll use that as a building. Port, yes, love it. Port 2. Port 3. Maybe not. Port 4. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Let's just make all of them 0.8. So far, that's been kind of the scale that I found that this asset creator made it all work out. Okay, let's run over here and see how it feels. Okay, so once we get down here to ground level. Oh, construction looks good there. I like that. This works great. It's going to be background though, so we won't even have it near here. Just checking for scale. I bet you can't walk this. Yep. It's got a big collider around the whole thing. This scale works. The ladder works. This feels a touch big. Yeah, look at that ladder size. That might need to be decreased a little bit. These could be a little larger, I think. Factory could be a little larger. Look at that door size. I don't know what this little thing is. I probably won't even use it. This is like a hanger, it looks like. Maybe use it. I like that. And then love this as a backdrop. I don't know, maybe we could include this in the fight? Maybe? What if, actually... What if this is the building that we use to get down from the top of the city? Maybe? I don't like that idea. Okay, so... This one needed to be smaller. Yep. I'll make that a 7. A 7-7. That one's a good size. These could be bigger. Take those back to 1. This guy was the one that could be bigger. Probably too big. No. 0.85. Yep. Didn't like this one. Delete that. Hanger definitely needs to be 90 degree. If we even use this, I might not even use this guy. Backdrop. And I don't need this area to be too long, because once we get to this area, we just need to do the boss fight. Here's this giant thing right in the way. Really hate that factory sign. Oh my goodness. That looks a lot better. It's just the back side or the side of it. Let's use that one. This is the part in the level where you're starting to get out into the sketchy commercial area, and then you get into the port, and that's where you fight the final boss. Not liking that guy. This is where they're building a ship, and I know it's a shipbuilder, I'm pretty sure. And there is a ship in the vehicles. I'm not sure if we're gonna put it in the water. It could actually be in this thing. Let's go to vehicles. Yacht. It's not a yacht. Cargo ship. That's what we want. Let's bring the cargo ship in. Massive. And it's gonna want to match the scale of that, so 0.8. 90. Yep. I feel like it would be a ground level. It's not going to be lifting that whole thing. I think this is actually, yeah, this just lifts shipping containers actually. So I don't think this boat goes in here at all. Maybe it does. Maybe the boat like drives into here and then it places containers on top. But I don't think that's what it does. This should just be in the backdrop in the water somewhere. Come man, Slime Line, what's up? A very odd looking city? No. So, well, this area I haven't even placed stuff out yet. But we've gotten to the end of the city. You work our way up. Up rooftop, get up top. And then we make our way down. Haven't figured out how yet exactly, but once we get down here, then we start getting through. I'll put some like hotels and apartment buildings and stuff, and that eventually works us to the port area, which is where the final boss happens. So I'm just figuring out for the port, like which pieces I want to use, where I want to put them. I'll definitely be a 90. Background somewhere distant maybe. I'm still trying to decide if I want to use this thing in the foreground where you fight. Well, not where you fight, but like if I want the player to interact with this at all. I don't think so. It'd be better to use this as a background piece. I also need to map out like where the play space is. Where the play space is. Joking. Like this building needs to come way back over here. This guy needs to be backdrop. I really like that side, so I'm going to duplicate that building. Rotate it 180. Or maybe actually make it a 90. Negative 90. Nope, other way. We do need to get back into the road, I think. We need to put road in here. And then the road can go back to the port area, which is in the background, but it's blocked off. That's what we do. That's what we do. Do you only use coding, or do you use the 3D space to create your own game? Like anyone in general, or just me specifically? I do everything. So I do coding, 3D modeling, rigging, texture, animation, all of it. But the buildings you see here, I did not make. These are from an asset pack. Can someone create a game without knowing code? Probably not. No. Like, if you use Unreal Engine, they have what's called blueprints, and you're essentially connecting nodes to each other. But even then, you might be able to make a game with just nodes, but I highly doubt that. Most people that use blueprints in Unreal are still using code to some degree. But even I didn't know code at one point. It's just something it's something you can easily learn and teach yourself. Before I do stuff with this, I'm actually gonna get the roads working. Oh, I wish we could do like a run down road though. Like an outskirts road. That isn't, I don't think we have that. Train tracks we could cross over maybe. Yeah, it's the only road we got. Scratch or Pi or even Roblox engine or programming language. Yeah, I've never used any of that. We definitely need road here for sure. So let's literally just going to take all of these pieces. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not even gonna have lights. I'm even gonna use the same exact parking lot setup that we have for the cops. What is... Oh. There we go. Okay. So duplicate that. Bring it over to here. And then bring it up just so I can see it. Yeah, and then that parking lot can actually be for that factory. And that kind of works us into this port area visually. Yep, we'll do that. it was off. Oh, no, it's not. Just that section right there. Okay. Boom. There it is. Then let's move this guy back over. Actually do this. Then we take the factory. Which side of it? Probably. Whoa, or that one. Maybe it's that one. No, definitely the other one. Yep. That's it. Maybe. No, I don't like that. Panics, what's up? I don't know what that means. Okay. What's up, Damien? We'll be right back. I have it, guys. I have the York. What's up, Nicolay? Guys. So good. Peppermint inside. Mm. I'm not a big fan of white chocolate, but the peppermint part sounds really good. I think we're not going to use that building twice. Let's go look at the comic book real quick and see if we notice anything that could help us build out this last part. I am feeling a little creatively drained right now. Like, I feel really good about the work we did in the city so far, but then jumping back down and just starting on the final section of the level right away, I feel like I'm jumping ahead a little bit. The Unity thing is you? What do you mean the Unity thing? Visage. What Unity thing? To a mobile game, comics, issue 1. Okay, here we are in the port area. Okay, so yeah, so in this whole area, this whole final fight, there's shipping containers stacked everywhere. And there's a crane that holds drip up. That won't happen in the game, but it's there. And there's some like construction metal beams and stuff in the background. Shipping containers, barrels. Final boss shows up. Okay, this whole fight is essentially shipping containers, and then we might have that container thing, yeah, in the background. And then we have a backdrop silhouette of city. Okay. And then, yep, so we're in this port area. And then at the end, there's a pier, like the wood, the dock. And that's the final part where Drip knocks Rampage in the water, and then the police show up. The very end of the level needs to be this. Oh, here's a good picture right here. Those shipping containers. There's that big thing in the background. So this whole end area needs to be decked out with shipping containers. So let's, I know we have those. I'm gonna grab those real quick. Industrial props. Barrel. I'll do the decking out later, but I want to go ahead and put some shipping containers in here. We do a crane as well. Yeah, a bunch of good stuff in here. Don't want to quite map this out yet. I want to kind of block out, like I did here, the little shipping container fight. Visage, what do you mean by that? The Unity thing? Do you mean like the Lego setup? Lego VTuber stuff? Frustrating. Visage might have left. This is good reference for the final part. I'm gonna need more colors for the shipping containers for sure. might could be the end of the level right there. Try that out. In game. TXzilla, what's up? This is a mobile video game I'm working on for a client. Okay, so we get down here. It's a side scroller fighting beat 'em up game. Okay, the port area. This area feels pretty decent. Don't like that. This area feels great. I love that backdrop. Love the ship back there. Feels really good. Then we get into shipping container territory. And these are actually really big. Needs to be smaller, I'm pretty sure. Those probably need to be 0.8 as well. Did I make everything here 0.8? Whoa, not stream focus. I did make the ship 0.8. Yeah, I scaled everything correctly. I didn't do the shipping containers 0.8. So I'm gonna do by center, select all of them, make them 0.8. That feels a lot better. Okay. Beauty. Yeah, I'm not fond of that. Not sure what to do there. Also not the biggest fan of this hangar. It's feeling good. What's up, Mr. Vladimir? Hi. I am working on a mobile video game for a client of mine. A side-scroller superhero fighting game. And this is towards the very end of the level where you're in the shipping port area. And then all these shipping containers, you start fighting the final boss in this area. That is below where it should be. I guess also this boat too needs to be a lot lower because it would be in the water, right? Yeah. Yep. Maybe not that much. Yeah, feels good. Love to use your creativity to create the atmosphere of your game for my Fortnite maps. Oh, that like remake this level in Fortnite? That'd be pretty cool. So good and consistent. Appreciate it. I want to be able to see the ship better. But I also don't because we need to block this area from the player. We did that. And then a red one. Top. Let's actually just push these right up against it, ish. Thanks, Extreme Rolls. That means a lot. You're very, very kind. Oops, so sorry. What if I got rid of this guy? And you can see the ship back there, yep. Oh yeah, that looks cool. That's really awesome. Yep. I like that. first let me fix this. We're turning it off anyway. Off. Off. Fortnite is migrating from UEFN to Unity? No, that's definitely not happening. But yeah, I use Unity. No, Fortnite is built with Unreal Engine, which is owned and built by Epic Games. They would never switch to Unity. You worked with Unreal, unfortunately. Which one is your best? Do you know? No, I've never worked with UEFN or Unreal Engine. And there's not really any best. It depends on what type of game you're making. If you're going to make a mobile game, go with Unity. If you want to make a really large AAA open world game, go with Unreal. But there's no one size fits all. This is too like perfect a 90-degree angle. Now we will fill this area in later with a bunch of props and stuff. Feels a little more natural. Yeah, I know, I like that better. Bring their games to Fortnite. Oh, so Unity bring their games to Fortnite. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. So you're talking about the interoperability that Unity and Unreal did. So they did some type of partnership recently. I forget what it was exactly. Unreal is like using. Unreal is going to allow developers to use the Unity ad system or something like that. Use the Unity ad system. Let's see, Unreal Unity collab. Yep. Hey, look, that's exactly what I just said. Unity and Epic have announced a major collaboration that enables interoperability between their platforms and ecosystems. Oh, bringing Unity games to Fortnite. Can now publish their games and interactive experience directly into the Fortnite ecosystem. This allows Unity creators to access a massive audience, participate in the Fortnite creator economy. How? Yeah, Unity's commerce platform and Unreal. I knew about that. Yep, cross-platform commerce integrated into Unreal. I knew about that. Yep, digital catalogs, payment providers, web shops, pricing. Yep. Shared vision for an open metaverse. Collaboration is framed as a move towards a more open future for game dev and the open metaverse, where companies work together to build a more connected and fair ecosystem. Yeah, I don't fully understand this though. How are they going to do this? Unity games to Fortnite. Unity games into Fortnite. Like how if they're separate game engines? Publish Unity games into Fortnite. How? Yeah, I would be interesting to hear how they plan on doing that, because that doesn't make sense to me. An opportunity for me. You're good at what you do, and anyone can make a future with Fortnite maps. I mean, we'll see where it goes. We'll have to see for sure. I really want to learn more about how they plan on letting Unity games be inside Fortnite. I don't understand what they mean by that. Oh, we could use a fence as well. Oh, that's a really good fence. I like the texture on that. Andrew, what's up? From Rust. That's the harbor from Rust. It is not the harbor from Rust. Not even sure what you mean by... People keep saying Rust stuff. I don't know what they're doing with that. Harbor Rust. This? Yeah, these are not the same assets. The assets look similar, and they look similar because it's a harbor. Like, you're gonna have a lot of the same types of stuff in a harbor. These definitely don't have as much detail as those assets it looked like. Okay, what did I just edit? I edited... Oh, the fence. I want to look at the fence. What about raising the player's viewpoint a bit, a little higher, so the players have a better view of the entire map? Yes, we are going to bring the camera back out, some for sure. Yeah, I like this camera here, or not the camera. I like this, I like the fence, but I'm not sure where we're going to use it. I kind of want to put it back in the background. And maybe do the see-through fence on this side. So... And that would block that would help block the horizon some as well. So let's move this back here. Yeah, we definitely need to come out some at least so we can see more. No. Perfect. Might not even need that last one. I'll leave it there just in case. Good. And same thing across the way. Actually, I guess I'll just send it all the way across like that. Be a combined piece. Yep. One more. Maybe two more. Coming together, coming together. What I'm going to need to figure out is this right here. The edge of the dock, because we don't have any assets for this. I could just make my own. I'm gonna look for an asset pack again. URP Harbor. Let's see. No, not Harbor, because we've already got the Harbor assets for that. URP. Need like dock. No. Ooh, those look like really good assets. We won't use them, but they look like they fit the style of this game, which is always fun to see. Yeah, those are cool. Those are fun. This has a lot of shipping containers in it. Yeah, this is like the type of see-through fence I want to put in as well. Okay, what I want is dock. I might have to make this part myself. Oh, look at that. Dock and bridge. Stylized open world pack. Medieval harbor. No. Too high detail. Yeah, this doesn't quite work. This part does, but it's a little bit higher detail than the rest of the game. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna make this part myself because I can make it exactly the way I want to. This doesn't work either. Yeah, we'll just have to make it ourselves. Okay, guys, I am creatively spent today. We finished this whole section of the city, rooftop to rooftop. Still gotta put in like the details on tops of this stuff. Still probably need to fill out the background a little bit of the city, but I really need to start looking into getting some, or making some. That's actually a good idea. I need to ask my client to get his comic book artist to make us a city backdrop. I'm gonna do that. And then port area, started mapping it out, starting to look really good, and we will continue on with this probably next stream. But I'm going to call it quits for today, and I'll see you guys next time. I might try to do a VTuber stream before we do another game dev stream. We'll see. But as always, I'll let you guys know. But thanks for joining the stream, guys. I will see you guys next time, and thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, let's do a purple raid. We're gonna do a raid on Twitch. So I'm gonna end the TikTok stream and the YouTube stream. If you guys wanna join the raid, then hop over now. Bye, TikTok. And bye, YouTube.